Yeah, I went up a mountain. It was religious.
This is take 2.
Religious experience.
I just want to say, this is technically the 100th episode of Push the Point.
No,
and
it's actually probably technically 102.
No, I would say this is the episode we've had the most, in a long time, the most issues with the lead up to. We're recording this like about, I would say we normally record about 8:30, right?
Yeah.
So we're already an hour over. And Simon's computer wasn't working. We just started. I sent a message on Discord. It immediately broke OBS, I'm assuming, or Discord. And then we had to start again.
Yeah.
But throughout it all, we have made it to 100 episodes of Push the Point.
Yes, we have, everyone.
We were going to do a live episode, but we didn't.
Does that sound a bit ridiculous to anyone else? Like 100 episodes of 3 random British guys talking about.
I can't believe it.
And flesh and blood.
That we've managed to ramble on for
100 episodes.
I mean, an hour an episode. That's 100 hours of good quality, probably more. 110 maybe.
To be fair, I actually do, on technicalities, have to say that I think we should probably be on like 104, because I remember we did a 2-parter. We did. Do you remember that was a 2-parter, and we counted that, and then we did a James White one, and then counted that one as a podcast episode.
This is episode 100.
Well, it is.
Well, it's whatever number's on the thumbnail, you know. I think, well,
should we put episode 1 million?
I can put whatever I want on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Hashtag 420. Do you remember episode 16? Did we do anything for episode 69? No, we did something for the 169 subs, didn't we? Yeah.
Okay, right. So we're gonna do something for episode 100. I'm back, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. He's not told us anything. So this is completely new information to us that we're doing something for episode 100. So what are we doing, Hamish? What is when you were up there on Mount Snowdon? It's like Mount Fuji. It's like a knockoff Mount Fuji. What was the message that you heard from the mountain that said, for episode 100 of Push the Point, this is what you got to do?
I feel
he's thinking. He's doing his look up and thinking face.
I feel like I should give something away.
How about your car?
Such a Hamish thing to do.
But, how about all the trench? How about that trench crusade T-shirt that you where it looks amazing?
I will never get rid of that.
Yeah, I feel like you went through quite a lot to get that.
I did. Can we have beer? Can we have beer while we're thinking?
All right. Before we do this, then, Hamish, what are you drinking?
Thank you, Simon. I've opened it because I'm just so eager to drink it, and it's not even that special. It's a Cruz Campo.
Cruz Campo, baby.
Campo, yeah.
Okay, I did. Yeah, I'm sitting there going, "Oh my god, this is episode 100." And this is what I'm celebrating with.
I got a cool beer. Not 100 themed, but maybe.
Maybe. Simon, what are you drinking?
Maybe we should have done 100 themed. I have gone back to my ex-colleague Gasman Brews beers.
Hey.
And I have an Under the Weather Pale Ale. So that's what I'll be drinking. 5.7%. With a hint of honey and spice.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. Thing is, my birthday's coming up, so I know I'm going to get a load of really cool beers.
Your birthday's in 3 days.
You just got to hold out for the birthday beers.
Well, technically, everyone, you'll be watching this, and my birthday was yesterday, but today's Monday.
Oh yeah,
there you go. Oh yeah, wildcard trip. It's 100 episodes of Wildcard Trip. Oh,
I realized it could have gone more wild. So.
Okay.
Last week,
what's he gonna do next?
I was on holiday at Buckfast Abbey. I don't know if I mentioned I was going to Buckfast Abbey. So I do have some Buckfast wine. It's actually sitting on the table, but I already had some of that. So instead, I'm drinking a Black Monk Smooth Stout, which is brewed at Buckfast Abbey. There'll be a bit of a running theme for the next few episodes of Push the Point with monk-related beers. Let's just put it that way.
Lads,
we're starting with the stout.
Have I blown this?
Have you? Did you press record?
I did hit record. Don't worry. But I was going to say there's a tin of Guinness in the fridge.
A tin?
A can.
It's been there for 100 days.
And it's been there for
tins.
No, wait. Did bring it when we came for the barbecue last year.
Is it Guinness? Maybe.
No,
I don't. Maybe.
Maybe.
No. I've got
Shall I tell you a sin?
Tell me a sin.
I've never drank Guinness.
Oh,
What?
you'd like Guinness?
Shall I?
It's like
I know that I've just pulled this out, but shall I?
For people that don't like stout.
All right. Shall I grab it out of the fridge and do 100 episodes? I'm gonna try.
You've already started your pint can of beer,
mate. I'd have them both.
No. Let him do what he needs to do, which
I'll
is
have them both, mate.
I'll have them both.
Yeah, if you've never had a Guinness.
While Hamish goes.
Do I need to get a glass?
I will tell you about our partners. Yes,
Yeah,
you
get a
need
glass.
100%.
Do I need a pint glass?
A pint glass.
Oh, okay.
A pint glass. Right. Well, while Hamish is away,
As
I'll
much
tell
as
you
I'd
about
like
the
to see
wonderful
him knock back the
partners.
Okay, go ahead, Simon. Who are they, Simon?
The wonderful Thistle Tavern.
Believe it or not, people support this
single seller store.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Up in Aberdeen. They've now got a bricks and mortar store as well. Push the Point patrons get a 10% discount off singles, but you can also buy sealed product from Thistle Tavern. I
heard they were on the BBC once.
They were on the BBC once. Well done for it. We also have a partner in PCG UK, Premier Card Grading UK, who we're in a bit of a transition with at the moment, but they do offer patrons a very good deal on grading your Flesh and Blood cards or any cards that you may wish with PCG Grading UK. Our final partner is Metal Fab Tokens, wonderful supporters over in the US, headed up by Brandon, but also Hamish has access to a limited stock of tokens here in the UK and can deliver them to you at Royal Mail prices. So thank you to our partners of the podcast.
Awesome. Have we done the wheel?
Not
yes.
yet.
Well, I haven't said it, but I have done it.
All right, go on, do that.
What is it for?
Oh, yeah, what's it for?
Well, every episode of Push the Point, we spin the wheel. The Wheel of Time, apparently. That's what it's called. And if you're a Push the Point patron, of which we have quite a few these days, which is very nice. Thank you, all of you, for supporting us. You get a chance of winning 6 packs of the latest set. Well, technically, that's not true because the latest set isn't out yet, but for this episode, we have some high seas. Oh, it will literally be out on the day. Yeah. So whoever's name comes up this episode is actually going to get 6 packs of High Seas, the hot new set, and some pretty cool cards in there. Hopefully, haven't seen them, haven't opened them, but I have spun the wheel. But I'll pretend I haven't, and I'll go.
Never.
And the winner, whose name broke Hamish's recording earlier, is Shred, which I believe is Ollie.
Yeah.
So
Ollie.
congratulations.
He's local to me. I may even try and give it to him in person.
Simon might be able to give those packs to you in person. Yeah, well done. Congratulations. Your name came up. You'll be getting those 6 packs of High Seas. And we will be doing High Seas for the foreseeable future until we run out of High Seas. But we have a few to give away. So that is
Hamish
great.
And I actually just discussed a little bit of a wild card, maybe. At some point during the High Seas giveaways, a Patreon may receive not 6 packs of High Seas, but 3 packs of High Seas and a gold treasure pack.
That's not even what we discussed, but sure.
Yeah,
you just literally made that up. He didn't. No, I just said we've either got 2 options. We do 6 packs and chuck a gold pack in one of the 6 packs, or we do just give someone the gold pack. So Simon has somehow just went 3 packs and a gold pack. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like
nothing
they should get the 6 packs. You know, 3 seems a bit stingy to me.
It is.
So I think
the gold pack is a pretty good. Anyway.
Well, that's my point. I think a gold pack is worth. I think a gold pack is worth 6. Well, it's probably worth more than 6.
Worth more.
Yeah,
it could be worth hundreds and hundreds of pounds if you open something crazy.
Treasure in them there.
Well, I think that we should. We didn't even discuss which one was if it was the 6 packs or the gold pack, but I think we're probably as a special. And
we're starting off with the 6. Do you want to go with the gold pack on 100?
Why not?
Let's do it.
Sorry, I know it seems like everyone's going, oh, Ollie got lucky. I'm like, well, I don't care who was going to win it. It's episode 100. Sure. It's a gold pack.
Ollie, come and find me for your gold pack.
There you go.
Oh, what? Ollie just gets the gold pack.
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
It's episode
Well done,
100.
We worked that one out on live on the internet.
And then
well, fair enough.
And then we're going to do the rest of them as 6-packs.
Yeah.
And then the very last one when we run out, it's going to be
a
very final one.
It's a very professional.
And the very final one is going to be a gold pack. So we start with the gold pack and we end with a gold pack. Right.
Oh, wow.
It's Guinness. I've never had it. I'm going to pour it. Is there a technique to this?
I would suggest have you got a proper pint glass? Right. I would suggest you. Right. No, honestly, I would just suggest you turn the Guinness can upside down, straight into the glass, and just let it drain.
I don't pour it. Just literally completely 180 it.
Invert the can.
Glass. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you did it.
Just let it go. Obviously, don't let it.
It's got a nitro. It's got like what is it in there? Like a nitrogen canister.
Wait. What am I doing?
Yeah, pick it out. Lift it. Yeah.
There we go.
Look at the head on that. You're a natural, mate. You say you've never had one of these before, and now let it settle a bit.
Well, it's a good job this can is covering up the terror of my face.
Yeah, you did it. That's a good job. Yeah, well done.
Now, I just want to say, everyone, now the reason we have high C's to give away on release day is because 3 of us
that was awesome
travelled.
You said 3 of us as if there's more than 3.
The 3 of us travelled to
all of us
in Birmingham last weekend.
Yeah.
What day did you go, Dan?
Saturday. What day did you go, Simon?
Saturday.
Oh, what day did you go, Hamish?
Was I there?
You were there. You were there on Saturday, weren't you? Were you there on Friday as well?
What were you doing on Saturday? We all went to UK Games Expo on Saturday.
As it happened,
it was sick.
And we all played the Pro Quest, didn't we?
No. You only played the Pro Quest.
Oh, just me, yeah. So
each of us did a different thing. So Trip played in the Pro Quest Plus. I judged the Pro Quest Plus, and Hamish just faffed around.
I had my brother-in-law. Yeah, so I said stepbrother the first time, and then he laughed and said, "I'm not a stepbrother." I went, "Oh, okay. I don't know what you are." He says, "My brother-in-law." Yeah. Anyway, so so he's never been to UK Games Expo, and he's never played Flesh and Blood. He knows a lot about it because he sees my collection and goes, "Oh, sick! I love opening cards." And he came along. He saw me buy a box and went, "Oh God, I'm gonna buy one." I went, "Bro, why? You don't play this game." But secretly in my head, going, "Dion, if you're listening, I want to see you open some stuff because you don't know what to do with it." And I'll go, "Can I borrow your really cool cards?" And he opened up. His box wasn't that good, and his box wasn't that great. But he did get sea legs, and I was like, "Yes, I shall purchase this from you for a great price." And other than that, it was first time. UK Games Expo was awesome. Saw some Trench Crusade, played some Draft, and it was awesome. How was your experience, Trip, doing the Pro Quests in your days? Because I think Simon had the most flesh and blood, intense conversation. I think.
Yeah, I did. So I got the train up. That day, Saturday morning, 7 a.m. was my train. And then I was straight in Pro Quest Plus at 10 a.m. in the morning. 8 packs of High Seas. First time I've ever opened High Seas. So this was literally like my equivalent of pre-release. It was great. It was very interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about to talk about the Pro Quest. I'm still not sure how I feel about Sealed as a Pro Quest event. It's very swingy, and also for reasons that we can discuss, that there's quite a high number of pirate class, pirate talent or class. That doesn't mean it's a class.
It's class.
Pirate class cards in the set, which means there's not a huge. You can get really weird pulls. Like I had a really amazing pirate necromancer cards, but I had no allies. Like I was like, oh, this is a really good, and then the allies just never came, and then that was a kind of bit of a feels bad where you're like, oh well, all my good rares are like pirate necromancer cards, but then I don't have any allies. So
you had none.
I had two. I had two in total. From 8 packs. And also and I noticed when I was opening the box as well, I opened a box where I only opened 2 mech rares in the entire box, only 2 mech rares. And I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy. So it's an interesting format, and I think the reason they do that is to make Scurv viable in draft, because you could go pack 2 Scurv, which is the new pirate thief hero. You could go pack 2 Scurv and have a pretty functioning deck still. So but it was still really fun. I only ended up playing 3 rounds. I only wanted to do 3. Basically, I didn't want to do 3. I wanted to do the draft at 2 and the sealed 5. So I was like, I'll do 3 rounds of pre-release. I went 2-1. It was fine. I played Puffin. Puffin is great. I think Puffin is a really good change of pace for mech. I'm so glad to not be boosting. Oh, it's great. I love the cog stuff. It's really cool. Makes sense. Thematic. Really awesome. And then in draft, I played Marlin. She's great. I think she's really fun. I won 1, drew 1, and lost 1, but it was really fun. I love the cycling of the gold harpoon. That's such a great way to make Ranger not terrible in draw and sealed, because you have sort of an infinite arrow. Oh, really good. Building up gold and then doing crazy stuff. I learned a lot. It was really good. And then in the sealed event at the end of the day, I actually opened Scurv. And then I played a bit of Scurv until I had to get a train. So I actually played 3 out of the only hero I didn't end up playing in the end was Gravy Bones, which I'm very excited to try because I think he looks really fun too. But it was a great day. Wandered around, bought a box. We got some goodies. It was great. Opened some great cards from the set when I got home. Got a nice Marvel amulet from one of my gold packs, which is pretty hype. So 1 of 100. Lots of Marvels. Seemed to open a ton of Marvels, which was great. Had a really good time. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. What about you, Simon? Because you were there doing Flesh and Blood stuff, but you weren't playing in the tournament.
I was. So I was on the judge staff for the weekend. For Saturday, sorry, not for the weekend. I think they would have liked to have had me for the whole weekend.
Oh, I don't blow your own trumpet too hard, mate.
I mean more for a numbers perspective than anything else.
Right, okay. I was so good, they wanted me back.
This was new to me. As you're probably all aware, I'm used to playing the game, not judging the game. And earlier this year, I decided to do my level 1 judge exams, which I passed, and thought I would give it a go. See what it was like. So I was there from 8 a.m.
How was it?
I really enjoyed it. I'll be honest. I really enjoyed it. I had a bit of a mixture of stuff to do during the day. So I think normally you would either be on like the learn to play team or the judging team, and I had a bit of exposure to both because I asked for exposure to both. So I got there at 8 a.m. We had a briefing for the learn to play at 8:30. Customers started coming in at 9 o'clock. And between 9 and 11, I did 3 or 4 like groups of 3 to 4 people with learn to play, and actually pretty intense. Like to give credit to the guys that were on that stand all day. That is really intense. Like doing learn to play after learn to play after learn to play with the Ira deck is really intense, and you have to have your happy like inviting face on all day, and you have to get people over and talk to them about the game. And it reminded me a lot of when we first started the game, teaching people online on TTS on how to play and like, what the Ira deck is. So it brought back a lot of good memories actually, and I really enjoyed doing that. My day was absolutely made later on when I saw, so each day at the UK Games Expo there was a new player event where they were using sort of First Strike and Blitz decks to play a little mini tournament, and I saw 3 of the guys that came over and did learn to play with me. They were in that event, and I was just like, oh, this is amazing. From 11 till 5ish, I was judging in the ProQuest Plus, and answered a few judge calls. Interesting the variety of judge calls that you get, and it was really nice to see what goes on from behind the scenes, like getting product out to people. There were 2 packs per player per win, answering judge calls, answering queries, making sure end of round procedure went okay, making sure rounds kept to time. And then once that PQ Plus turned into the top 8, they didn't need me, so I went back to the learn to play for the last couple of hours and finished off there. But yeah, really solid day. 10 hours, 11 hours working on your feet, walking around. Couple of breaks in the middle. But yeah, I can't fault it. It was an amazing day. I really, if you are interested in judging at all, if you're interested in that side of the game, just get involved. Like, go and speak to a judge at a local event, find out how to get involved. I've had a really good time, and I got some goodies for helping out.
Well, that's what you did. So I'm curious, as the player who's now been the judge, what do you have newfound respect for him? Well, I know you have some respect for him anyway, but now that you've walked in their shoes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think.
Would you do it?
I think what. Pardon?
Would you hang up your hat?
I think I'll do it again.
But would you?
I don't think I'll hang up my hat. I think I'll try and strike a balance. Whether I will be able to find that balance or not, I don't know.
Did you look at the players playing and go, oh, "I wish I was there"?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you?
Especially because it was a new set. I was like, oh, I would really like to be playing. Like, when I signed up to help with this event, I was a bit like, oh, I'm not really interested in a pirate theme. Like, I don't mind. Like, I'm not going to buy heavily into this set. And actually, having seen Taipei, so for a bit of background, I made sure I watched the Taipei stream, the world premiere stream,
to get knowledge,
for, like, research, just to make sure I knew all the interactions. And then I was like, oh, this actually looks like a sick set to play. So I was a bit like, oh, I wish I could be playing. But and limited is like one of my things. I really enjoy the limited side of things. But yeah, actually being on the judge side, having to read up on the interactions, having to be ahead of the game in terms of card erratas and how they work and timings and instants, and I thought it's actually a really solid way to get into a new set, and I appreciate the opportunity to do that.
Cool. All right.
Oh, that's really cool.
That is really cool. Now, while I was listening to all this, and I'm not going to disregard it, I want to get back to it. But I think this Guinness is ready.
Yeah,
I thought you finished it. Go on, have a sip.
I just finished the other beer. No. So,
have a sip.
Guys, first ever Guinness?
First ever Guinness.
To be fair.
Come on, then.
Go on.
Split the G.
There's no G in it.
Okay. Split the G. Hey, you know what? Actually, that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guinness is very drinkable. Yeah.
That's just easy. Stout. No, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Very approachable stout.
Don't get me wrong.
You'll still go back to the lager.
It's not bad, but no, but
it's gone from it's all right to it's
no, that's all right. No, I was expecting to be like ew, and I'm like, no, it's not ew. But it's also not like, this is like, you know what I mean?
This is comfort on a summer's day.
I've heard that if you have it in Ireland, it's much better.
So, I think I've heard that.
I've never had it in Ireland. I've had it in London
I can tell you, it tastes infinitely better.
Yeah. I don't get me wrong. I think my first experience, and if anyone from Ireland listening to this podcast wants to help a man out and probably looking at this with complete blasphemy, thinking, oh, this guy. His first Guinness was in a tin in his fridge.
Hey, you got to start somewhere, ain't you?
Hey.
And if you do go to Ireland, and you see Murphy's or Beamish on tap, go for one of those as well.
I like Murphy's
as well.
Well, what are they?
Like they're like other versions.
Breweries, yeah.
It's a different kind of stout to what I would say is like a.
I feel like I should have drank this.
A London black, like I feel like.
And then I should have left. I should have left my lager.
Oh wow, he smashed it!
I smashed it.
Absolutely.
Okay, right. As a special, everyone, for episode 100, let's just go flesh and blood. Let's just go.
Yeah, I would quite like to.
Let's just go all in. Not Elden Ring Night Rain. Let's talk about flesh. It's like You've done it.
Stop it! You've put that in his head now. Look at him.
Not seeing Simon doing sneaky Stardew Valleys whenever me and Frey are also playing Stardew Valley. Because I see Simon
see all the time.
Simon, no, you don't. Because every time I'm not on there all the time, and I see your little name pop up, and me and Faye go, "Oh, Simon's playing some Stardew Valley."
Are you playing Stardew Valley?
You should invite me to your farm.
Well, anyway, we're going to talk about Flesh and Blood.
We're not talking about that.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about Flesh and Blood. And if you're commenting below saying this is rubbish, we want more of that. Well, 101, baby.
Can I start with? I think that High Seas as a product, is probably the best product that they've ever produced. And I feel like it's a culmination of so many different like ideas and things, like the Marvels and the Gold Pack and the sealed experience and the draft experience. I feel like it's sort of all come together in this set in a really special way. I've had so many people who are not fans of sealed who are saying, I'm loving it. I think this is the best sealed experience I've ever had. And then the hype of the gold packs, the hype of the allies and Necromancer, who've been waiting for Necromancer for so long. I feel like they've kind of nailed it in terms of the product itself. In terms
do you know what, Triv? It's almost like they learn from their previous.
I do think.
You know what? Actually,
it's good to see, because honestly, it's my favorite thing about LSS is that they do make mistakes, but they also are quite. You can see them learning. You can see them progressing as a company, and I think I see that in this product, just in the way they've got about it. That's really exciting.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. Now, I think this is the best product they've actually made. I think Dust Till Dawn was actually a massive learning curve for them, because I think they really actually tried.
The worst product they've ever made?
No, lie.
I think their worst product was Bright Lights.
I think. Yeah.
I know Bright Lights. Let's
keep it positive.
Yeah, to be fair, Simon is actually.
Simon's got a point.
I'll come back.
Hang on. I've got a rebuttal this.
But Dust Till Dawn. What do you think they learned from Dust Till Dawn?
Don't start making a draft set and then change your mind by the end.
Yeah, and I know they're never going to agree to that. They'll never admit that. Yeah. They'll never admit it. But come on, bro. Sure. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
What is this? Anyway, no, I think. What is this? I think they did the whole. Let's try and do. It's the first time we saw like an alternative collector's thing, right? With the artwork stuff, and I think it was just like the start. And I don't know why I'm picking Dust Till Dawn, but it was the first time they went, "We're gonna do something like out there," and then they kind of did some, but they never really, the serialized prisons and serialized chains, and that was it. And I think with this one, they kind of, I don't know why. This is the weird thing about the High Seas set, is that you could see the market for Dust Till Dawn. It was their 10th anniversary set, so they wanted to do something special. You could see the part the Miss Vale set because it was the launch of Japan, right? You can see what they were trying to do. And High Seas is like, set 16, okay? Not a number.
Yeah. It's what they should have done for those sets.
Not so what they should have done. I think they did a fine job with those sets. It's just like, bro, why is this so goddamn awesome for set 16 somewhere random in the middle of like it's just like the best thing you've ever done, but it doesn't mark anything, which is, I don't know.
They've just reached that point where
it's extremely good.
Picked up those learnings. Yeah.
Can I tell you why I think it's one of the best limited sets? By the way, I did the draft, and this is the best limited set I've ever played. It's actually done it.
Hamish, to say that.
No, but it's
incredible.
It's actually done it. It is better than Tales of Aria, and I loved Tales of Aria. I thought
because you wouldn't lose at Tales of Aria.
Yeah, I know, but I played every other one, and I looked at Tales and I went, I quite like this. Yeah, people will turn around and go, whatever. But I'm not a limited guy. I have a set. I like drafting it. I could draft Tales of Aria again quite happily. Bro, this set blows out of the water. This set is so much fun. One card only does it. It just solves the whole thing. Treasure Island.
Yeah, it's such a good idea.
But it's the first time I think it is the first time they've ever went, hey, hang on, I got an idea. Why don't we just put a special rule? Because every other set was just play Flesh and Blood. And then the weird little thing about this set is all the classes, you know, and they just did that every single set. And you're kind of going, okay, fine. Oh, Enigma. You know, but imagine they turn around and went, well, here's a special rule that says just like Treasure Island, they just had like an area, a feel, a thing that just only happens in limited. And that's what Treasure Island is. They just kind of went, let's just put a spin rule in. Let's just, I don't know, make a rule up. What happens?
They obviously tried this with the Sanctuary and Rosetta, right?
No, they didn't. No, that was. No, the Sanctuary was clearly just the headpiece from Uprising, and they just turned around and went. Well, no, that's just they made a piece of equipment. No, but imagine they had like a flow counter, and that flow counter could be used to, you know, it's just a rule that makes no sense. It has no reason to being constructed or blitz or whatsoever. It's just a little fun rule. Now, my point is, imagine you just took Treasure Island away. Like it never existed. Play a game of High Seas without Treasure Island. It would feel like every other set, wouldn't it? I attack for 5. I block for 5. I have go again. But the Treasure Island bit is it's the dance. It's the little just.
Obviously, it's thematic, right? Obviously,
it
works with the gold, but it also stopped them having to produce a ton of cards that said make a gold.
Of course, but they could have just. It's not the first time.
It was a cute way of making gold like a communal pot.
But I'm not saying they have to make a macro or a landmark.
I don't think they're gonna. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna have.
They should
every set have a joint macro.
I think they should. No, I don't need a macro. They just need to find a thematic little rule that they can all just play along with. Because clearly, Treasure Island is the bit that makes us all go, okay, cool. So it's not just this. There's this dance between getting the gold and then using the gold because my hero ability wants the gold. It's just it's so simple. It's so simple.
It all links back to the kind of like the way they've learned from the game, and Simon's got a point in terms of like the macro from whatever the one we had, Rosetta was there, and Helios's. They were both there to solve a problem, we want to have Arcane in a set, but Arcane is oppressive if you don't have Null Room, right? So they're there to solve a problem, and they were like, okay, well, we tried it with the headpiece. That's an opportunity cost, because now I can't run a headpiece, right? I have to run this prevent. So we don't like that. So we're going to put it on a macro instead. But it didn't feel like it was interactive. It felt like, oh, in this game, I get 5 equipment pieces. I get I get an extra equipment piece. But they've taken that premise of like, okay, there's a problem to be solved in High Seas. That problem is we want to give people tons of gold because these heroes are really, really fun when you have gold. It is so much more enjoyable to play all 3 of these heroes when you've got a big stack of gold, making cogs, making like these like harpoons that you can like discard and do crazy stuff with, and obviously Gravy Bones in sealed functions so much better. You know, you don't need to print, you don't have to have the Majestics or the a load of rares that allow you to, manipulate the top card of your deck. You've got that on tap because you've got that gold. So they've come into it to solve a problem. But I think through trying to solve that problem of we want to give heroes more gold or heroes don't have enough gold, I don't want to say if it's accidental. Most of the best things that people come up with are accidental and then it turns out to be amazing, is they've actually found something so good from trying to solve that gold problem, which is we have a whole new way of interacting with our opponent. We're not just attacking and blocking anymore. We have this whole, like Hamish was saying, it's kind of like this weird dance where you're like, well, I'm playing Puffin, right? Normally, I'm an aggressive mech. I'm just going to take all this damage, blah, 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 blah. But then they're blocking out. And then that island's getting bigger. And then they throw a 4 at me, right? And I'm like, if I don't block this guy's going to get 4 golds? That doesn't feel good. And then Gravy's like, hell yeah, break a gold, pitch a blue, gain a resource, draw a card, pitch a blue, gain a resource, draw a card. And then you're like, oh, okay. And it's almost like it affects the aggro as well, which Sealed has a real aggro problem, right? Where like 20 health, aggressive decks, they can just be unfun. I would love to see something like this in a ninja set, where whenever we've seen ninjas in Sealed, it's just aggro, 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 and it's just not fun. The mirrors are crazy. They're not fun. Imagine if you had something like this that essentially incentivize you to, you know what, I'm gonna deny this resource by blocking, and suddenly it gets so much more exciting. Because I still think the best part of Flesh and Blood is blocking. I've played so many aggressive heroes over the years, but by far the best thing about this game is when we're not just playing solitary against each other. When we're not looking at what our opponents do, and we're just splurging 4 cards on the field every turn. It's the interaction. That's why some of the best players in the game love playing heroes like Guardian and love playing, board manipulation and stuff like that. It's because that's the most exciting. But one of the more exciting things about this game is the blocking aspect. So I think it all leads into that. It's very exciting. Who knows if it was intentional? I still think it was probably there to solve the gold problem, but by doing it, they've discovered something amazing. And I'm with Hamish. I want to see something like it. Doesn't always have to be a macro, but I want to see something like this in every draft set, because now we've seen it and experienced it.
Yeah.
It'd be really hard to not have it and just play like before.
I mean, you just look at Hunted and then Heavy Hitters, and you just look at every set prior to this and go, wait, why don't we just make the set have a real cool special rule thing about it that only this happens?
The Heavy Hitters would have been an interesting one because it was the arena, right?
Yeah, imagine if you could.
Imagine if there was like an applause count or something like that added something to it.
Yeah, like I don't know, just something that turns around and went, whoever can reach 11 every time you do a damage, the damage counter goes up. And whoever can reach that higher damage counter will keep getting the reward. So you kind of, I don't know, I'm just making stuff up. But just something within the wager of that game of going, I'm going to wager this. I'm going to put a gold into the thing and I'm going to get +3 power. But if you block this, you will get the gold. I don't know, just something.
Obviously, that was the Heavy Hitters mechanic, wasn't it? The wagers and the clashes.
I think Heavy Hitters was so prime for this. Like, it feels like such a high seas thing. Do you know what I mean?
It could have been. You have to give the developers a bit of credit. The way they've managed to balance this set.
I don't think this set's balanced. I'm not even going to go out and say that. No, I'm not even going to go out and say the set's balanced. I think there's a lot of wonky stuff, but to safely say, I don't think balance and fun have to be in line. There's nothing balanced about drafting and sealed. You have to accept the element of RNG.
Wait.
I think it's too soon to say if it's a balance.
There is always an element of RNG.
Always. The packs you get, and the deck you shuffle. Right? Yeah.
But I mean balance in an overall sense. Like, there shouldn't be one hero just absolutely wiping the floor with everyone else.
No, don't get me wrong. We haven't had that since Uprising. I think Uprising was the biggest criminal of human history. Of sealed draft.
Of sealed.
Well, just and draft. You just force fight. But like, everything else was like. I think you could make an argument of a 2-hero format and then the one weird one, and I generally think it's going to be the same here. I think it's going to be 2 heroes that are pretty good and one weird one.
I think all the heroes are viable.
To be fair, I think this is the first time I actually. But we're so new to this, right? But it's kind of interesting to turn around and go. Actually, I feel very confident for the first time that all the heroes are viable, because the set before you could turn around and go, but maybe not that one. Like that's the Lexi hero, right? You got to be pulling the good stuff, and if you do, your deck is really, really, really good. But if you don't get these cards, don't bother playing it. So, but this is the first. I think it's the shit. It's the pirate cards.
It's interesting because they've also tried something which I don't think they succeeded with, which I think is quite interesting. Which is, well, they've half succeeded. Which is they've tried having 2 token weapons, which is really obviously Necro don't get shit, but 2 token weapons for Ranger, very cool. I think that's worked well.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
They are one of them.
No, yeah, definitely.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, what I think the cannon is.
I played the
really fun.
No, I played the other one. I played the red line.
I think the other one is better. I think the other one is way better because you get quite used to being a ranger, being able to load your arrows, and then you're like, okay, not being able to load. But +4 is pretty fun. But it is really fun,
bro.
So cannon doesn't load.
No, stop. I completely played my entire. No, I completely played my whole draft and didn't use the other half of Marlin's ability.
Which is the draw a card.
Load a card.
Yeah, it's really good, dude.
Didn't do any of that. No, but it didn't matter. I had a nimblism deck. So
yeah, but if you've got the other arrow, the other card means you basically can load 2 arrows a turn. So that is probably.
But better. I didn't have a go again. I didn't have any.
But anyway,
anyway,
both of those weapons lead to different archetypes. Quite tall versus quite wide. On the other hand, you've got Puffin, where you have one gun that you always run, and the other gun which you never run.
Right.
Because you have to tap. Essentially, you have to tap 2 cogs for one of them.
Yeah, but one of them is. Aren't they both of them tapping cogs?
The only one, if you tap a cog, you give it go again. Which you don't need to do. You can just
use
No, Spitfire taps 1 cog, but you can tap a cog to give it +1. You don't have to.
But still, having to tap a cog is quite a high cost when the other gun, at the end of the day, you can pitch a blue, you can hit them for 2, and that can sometimes be enough to get you over the line. So it feels like, and being able to hit an ally for 3 is pretty good, but you have to tap 2 cogs to do it.
Right. So this is where I'm coming to, and Gravy's the weird hero, right? Let's be fair.
And Gravy just does whatever, but. That's all I'm saying is that I think they've tried something, and I think they've succeeded with the Ranger. I think with the mech, it needed to be a little bit different. Maybe like no weapon at all, but maybe you get Puffin. I know Puffin's the legendary, but like maybe no weapon, you get like
Gravy's the no weapon guy.
Game. Yeah, I know, but they could have leaned into that, couldn't they?
Also Scurv, but Scurv, I think Scurv has done. No, right. So Scurv has done a huge amount for this. Limited experience.
Very exciting. Yeah.
Has he?
Another
he's a wild card.
In terms of the product, I think it's like another really cool thing about sealed that I'm a fan of. It doesn't work in 8-pack sealed. It's too strong in 8-pack sealed. It's just really, really good. But in draft, now that I think is interesting.
No, wait. Take that back a step.
Take that back, Chip. You take that back.
Take that back.
No. Take it back a step, because yes, in Taipei we saw very few 5s played and a very strong conversion rate of the ones that were
Scurvs.
Very few Scurvs.
Sorry, 5s, Scurv. 5s on my mind after Uprising. And it's trauma flashbacks.
It's harder to play than people think. I think everyone was saying it's going to be busted, but it's a little bit complicated.
Did well at the premiere. However, in the Procast Plus, for example, there were no Scurvs there were 7 Scurvs out of 64, and none of them top top 8. Like they were hanging around table 10 and below, so they weren't competing.
It doesn't really matter because 8-pack sealed's not really a format. So, but I think I think
it's not really a format.
It's not, Simon. Get rid. No.
It's the format they've run for the last 3 sets.
It's the perfect.
Yeah,
it's a fun sealed event. Whoop-a-doo, but no one.
This should be a draft. This should have been a draft. Should have been a draft. All I want to say is I think it's really cool for draft because you actually have to make a decision. And you're like, wow, am I gonna go?
On callings in 8-pack sealed though, right? I mean,
8-pack sealed. It's not a real format.
They're doing now.
Maybe. I still think that 8-pack sealed has too much variance for a professional tournament. That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, fine.
Anyway, that's what I'm saying.
I've got a problem with Scurv.
Why?
Okay, so this is built on the premise of, is he kind of bit good? Is he a bit too good?
He's not as good as people think he is. I think people think he's insane, but it's a lot more complex to play him than people think.
Okay,
you got to play it a very specific way, and and
why is this guy random? Why is this a random pick? The only thing I've got a bit of an issue with.
What do you mean? Like it can't be rather than it be a token, you can just always choose.
I think it's fun. I think it's really, really, really fun. But my competitive head's coming on, going, is this? Now I don't know if this is correct, cool. But if you've been playing Arcane Rising, you'll know what I mean. Is this the what's that item called again? In Dash, that you just also win.
It's not that. It's not.
What's the induction chamber?
Is this the induction chamber?
No, because if you're in an 8-person draft, I think this was everyone's forgetting is that if you're in an 8-person draft and one of the players stops drafting class cards, all the other classes get a lot stronger immediately. Yeah. Well, technically one class gets a lot stronger. Whatever class that person would have drafted, that class suddenly becomes a lot better. And I think that's the thing to remember. It's not like there's a 9th player. Those class cards are immediately freed up for everyone to choose from. And if you can read the draft really well, I think that's really interesting. I think that's the most interesting thing about it. It's almost like you take one person out of the draft, and then and we talked about this at the start. There's not a lot of class cards in the set. But suddenly, if one player is not drafting those class cards, there's suddenly a lot more to go around. And I think it raises the power of one of the other classes. And that, to me, that's so I feel like it's so interesting from a competitive point of view. Like that you can essentially have a draft where one person isn't drafting, or basically as if they were just drafting generics or something. Like it's kind of crazy. And it's not as strong as everyone think it is. It is very strong. But it's a little. You gotta do work. You gotta build up those Gold Kiss rums. And yeah, don't get me wrong. Being able to throw 7 and 7, it's still a 4-card play. If you want to do 7 attack into 7 attack, if you want to do 0 cost 4 into 7 attack, still a 3-card play. But you need to build that up. You can't create a rum and tap a rum in the same turn because you can't tap your hero twice. So you need to sort of do that gold. You get gold really easy, actually. Don't worry about getting gold. You get so much gold. Because it's insane. You
do get a lot of gold.
But you got to play it well. You got to think about if I'm up against a Puffin, I want to do early gold steals because they want their gold early. If I'm going up against Marlin, I might do late game gold steals because I want to deny their harpoon recursion thing that they can do, but don't want to leave it too late because they might get to a point where they got so much gold, doesn't even matter. Like, it is a really interesting hero. I think it's very strong, but I don't know, like you could open a Crazy Majestic pack 1 and then and you can open Scurv pack 1. Yeah, and then you pick all the other heroes are still taking all the really good pirate cards. If you think you're opening Scurv pack 1 and you're getting all the good pirate cards, think again, because a lot of those really good pirate cards are getting picked early because some of them are incredibly good. Yeah, and they're staying open, right? Like some of them are awesome. like they're really, really good cards. You know, some of the boats are just
the boats
so good.
The boats are low key. Some of the nut stuff, and to the point where I'm like, this is like, I might be wrong here, but you should seriously start thinking about this for CC. Can we talk about? Can we talk about CC? Just sort of get our last little bit.
It's silly not to.
Do a little bit CC.
So, when you start watching this, everyone, US Nationals is on. Okay.
Ooh.
So
that's a really interesting point.
Yeah. I think the Sealed is going to be, for the first time ever, this is probably going to be the one time I actually want to watch the draft.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually want to watch the draft this time round because it'll be quite fun to watch. Plus, as well, I've got UK Nationals, so I actually want to know what these guys are doing. Now, we've got elephant in the room here. There is a supply issue. And we're not, and it's, if we think it's bad in the UK, oh brother, USC sounds pretty dire.
Personally, I don't think it's been that bad in the UK because there were many boxes bought over the weekend that people were very happy with.
There's a lot of supply in the UK thanks to UK Games Expo.
Yeah,
more than.
Although that all sold out, that was nuts.
It did.
Yeah, but it's a lot of people that maybe, you know.
Yeah,
I think anyway, a lot of product bought, they might not have bought otherwise.
US is really struggling with supply.
Yeah, but US is struggling. I feel like actually for the first time ever, I think LSS definitely had a vision, and they rolled the dice on this. It was just a bit of a scab skin leather decision making. If it panned out well, without all of this, global stuff happening, the growth of the game, the decision on how many they're going to print, there's a lot of things. If we were not having an issue with supply, this would have been awesome. And everyone would have confidently probably made the Gravy or Marlin or Puffin decks, and we could have all saw these decks being played at full power and whatever, and everyone would have. And now it's, unfortunately, I feel like listening to some of the Americans do their podcasts, they're not going to play them. Like, they will play them. They will pick them up, but it is kind of ridiculous to expect an American competitive player to bust a gut, to find all the cards they need to get to play. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be a real weird. It feels a bit of a weird one.
Things here, though, because yes, all right. In any normal situation, even in short supply, if a top player has practiced enough, either online or in person, with that deck, and they think that deck is the deck of the format, they're going to bust a gut to buy those cards.
Very true.
Right? But we are talking the week of release of this set, and people haven't practiced as much as maybe they would have done otherwise.
So here's my next question then, really, is that if they were as strong as you say they are, we would all be going nutso. But maybe these guys are probably not that. They're strong, but not.
Maybe
not that strong, right? I don't know.
No,
Trip, what's your thoughts?
A quick straw poll, then, both of you.
Yeah.
Do you think Marlin will be the best ranger in format?
No, Azalea's really good.
We've got to see what this Death Dealer Marlin deck does after talking with Yorgos. Azalea has red in the ledger.
I really like Azalea. I think Azalea is really good.
But at the same time, Marlin has like Surgical Strike. Let's be real. In like 9 copies of Surgical Strike in a way. In the bluefin harpoons and the redfin harpoons, and then the Kraken big shots. They could go wide and go beep, beep, beep,
it's just a lot. They just have to put a lot into them.
It is true.
Two cost is a lot. Two cost is a lot more than one cost. Like in a tunic meta, in a tunic game.
But Marlin's ability is. But Marlin's ability.
Marlin's really great.
I I think Marlin's hero ability has combined the Death Dealer New Horizons package to its ultimate form.
Yeah, it's like.
All right,
I think it's hard to say, but
Yeah.
if the question you're asking is this, look, if the question you're asking is this a high-powered set like Misfail? No. Is this set as high-powered as Rosetta? No. Like, I think it's a great set, and there was a very specific reason why I said I think this is the best product that LSS have made. I didn't say this is the best, most powerful, meta-breaking heroes and cards LSS have
No,
made.
that goes to Monarch and Tales of Aria, and it will never and you'll never remove that seat.
That's why I think it's a good product. I think it's really fun to play. I think the heroes are very cool. I think they're thematic. I think Marlin. I think also maybe Puffin could
Does Marlin have enough gold without Treasure Island?
Marlin doesn't need gold. But no, like Marlin doesn't need gold.
Yeah,
she just she just played Death Dealer. She goes, I load arrow, I draw card, arrow draw card, I load arrow. Okay, what gold did you need?
When you draw a card, you
put a card in your arsenal face up. Was it face up or face down? It doesn't matter because Death Dealer puts it face up, and then New Horizon just goes, here, have another. And then it's just Falcon Wing into. I don't know if this is good.
But I don't know if it's. And then you three of a kind's a hell of a drug.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. Basically, is the answer. And I think the real question is everyone's favorite hero, Gravy Bones, going to be really good?
No. Okay, let me just say this. He definitely will be.
Yeah, they'll support him.
Oh no, it's not even support. It's not even support. It's bro. It's like It's Florian. It's Verdant. It's Enigma. You know, these guys just sat around, and we all did look at them and went, not yet, but something's there. And then what came out? Nothing. Just time. Just literally time. Oh. And people then went, hang on, this is good. They just went, this is good, right? I could just play this properly, get the ratios right. And yeah, definitely. After playing Gravy Bones, I'm like, we'll all want to throw out allies. But honestly, you see these boats.
Yeah,
they're pretty good. And though that 2 cost, or 4, was it the 4 cost boat that comes in for 7, and if you pitch 2 blue cards, it's coming in for 9.
It's coming in for 9.
Something tells me this is a bit like Phantasmaclasm. Do you remember when that was an Enigma and everyone went, that card's pretty good, right? That's the Phantasmaclasm of Gravy Bones.
It's a common, right? Battalion Bark, come in for 9.
Come in for 9. You just go, pitch ally, come in for 9. 9?
I'll say, if you pitch 2 blues and you play a card that costs 4, you got 2 resources left over. So we all know what goes real well with 2 resources and a big card. So,
well, you've also got the most dumbest card in the entire set, and I can't wait to hand over all of my money. Is the Conqueror of the High C&Cs.
We get 1 free from Nationals. You know that's the promo for NATS.
No.
It is. I couldn't believe it either.
No, it's not.
It's an extended art rainbow foil. Is the
I'm
promo
not going to be
for
there.
NATS.
Oh, that's
I was like, that's literally the best NATS promo ever. Yeah, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it is. I looked it up because I saw someone
to save a man a bit of money. Do you want to can I borrow your promo?
You're gonna
Can I borrow your promo? Otherwise, I can't play.
Maybe I'm playing Gravy Bones. Maybe.
No, I definitely know you're not.
You're playing
if we get it, I doubt we'll get it before round. This is the thing. I don't think we'll get it before round 1. So you're gonna have to buy your playset, and then they're gonna give you one for free.
Oh, that's fine. But anyway, yeah. So,
but yeah, we get probably a
let's summarize. Let's
£70 card.
Let's summarize here. Okay.
Summarize.
So
Marlin's not the best ranger.
No. Marlin is probably the only hero. I think Marlin and Puffin are the heroes that I think are going to legitimately show up. I think Puffin, Loki, is legitimately the underdog, and I think she's going to ruin a lot of people's day. I think
Puffin's really good.
I think Puffin is the non-boost mechanic in mechanology.
You guys have seen it.
Puffin might be the best mech.
Yeah, guys, you will have already seen the deck techs that have came out. And you listen to Daniel, and I had no clue about Puffin. I had no idea. I did not even care about this dumb, boring, another mechanologist hero. And then I went and saw his deck tech and went, I want to play Puffin. It's so... you should just... Guys, if you haven't checked it out, check it out.
The hero ability is draw a card.
No, sod the hero abilities trip. That's fine. That's not even the star bit. It's these goddamn cogs, man. And the way the ships...
which allow you to draw a card.
No, it's not the draw card bit. It's just it's the tip of the iceberg, my friend.
The cogs are insane, but the cogs
the ships.
And then if you crank twice, you can draw a
not
card.
That. It's the ships are crazy good, Trip. One of them just turns around and goes, "Okay,
I'm sorry, I'm never going to
tap a cog.
Like, the ability that allows me to draw a card is
it is
drawing
cool.
cards is pretty good, dude.
Trip. When you've got
I love the ship too, but the ship is
when you got the ship that turns around 1 for 5, tap a cog, gets +1 or go again, instant. And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. You just pick go again. And he went, and then Daniel just literally turned around and went, yeah, but bro, you just go, cool. I'm gonna 1 for 5. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna block 6. Okay, I'll just go again during the resolution phase. So if you trap me, all right, I'll wait until the resolution phase. I then tap for go again. So your trap doesn't work. I was like, what? Never even thought of that. You basically just wait to the very, very, very end of things to happen. And there's another one that says, if you've hit, you get to untap cogs. So you only need 2 cogs. So you go tap 1. Oh, is it tap thrice? You get go again. So tap 2. And if this hits, you untap them during and then you go, cool, I'll tap it and it'll have go again. I was like, what? There's just so many little...
But there's also the one that if you hit, you create a cog.
There's that. So he has 9 copies of them.
But that means you get go again.
Yeah.
Because the cog cranks, right? Yeah. And then if that's your second crank, you then draw a card. Yeah. It is,
bro,
it's really good.
It's
shame that like
but do you know what he turned around and said? The one, you know, we saw the ship, the one with the shark ship that says drag a card in, an equipment card in, and then he goes, oh, if you tap thrice, you just get 2 for 9, and you destroy a defending card. And I just turned around and said to Daniel, oh yeah, obviously you destroy their equipment. And he went, you can do, or you can destroy their sink below. And then that just goes, oh, I block for 4. Okay, destroy your 4 block. Oh, I was like, oh, so this just pummels all the way through. Yeah, pummel it's everyone.
Good. It is good.
Pummel.
You getting the cogs. You know,
getting the cogs is the thing, but I don't think getting the cogs is
not easy.
No, bro, I don't actually think it's actually that hard.
It's not. It's tricky. It is not hard. But it's not just like, oh, I'm just gonna have 3 cogs.
No, no, it's the galvanized card. Do you know that majestic that says, if you block, you just go.
A lot of the galvanizers from this set just reset your cogs essentially, so you just keep them around for another turn.
And then he put in that bright lights card that says, oh, if an item is destroyed, this card gets go again. And I was like, oh, okay, so you got to wait for a cog. And he went, no, just destroy a gold. That's an item. And I went, oh, this deck is awesome. I love Puffin.
It is very fun. I'm considering.
Can I just say, I love you.
I haven't even talked about Gravy Bones, man.
We sat here before recording and we were like, well, maybe
too tired
let's
for
not
this.
Call this episode 100. We've had to wait. Get away with all your crazy good cards. All I've got to show is bloody Gold Kiss rum.
Is that it?
I don't know where my Where's my cool?
Oh no, I did get a Polycranker.
Oh, you got Polycranker, bro.
Yeah, you got Polycranker.
Oh, bro, you're the winner. Trip, do you want to trade this for one of your allies?
Yeah, I probably do actually. Yeah, we'll do a trade. It's a Marvel, right? Yeah,
it's a Marvel.
I'll do that trade. You pick which one.
Anyway,
you want.
right.
I've got 3 of them.
No. Let's save the trade until later. I've really enjoyed this episode. I think it is a fitting episode.
Are we done? I'm getting drunk.
Yeah, you've had 2 beers, dude.
Oh, no,
We've got work in the morning.
I know, I've got work in the morning.
It's 5 to 11.
It's episode 100. Okay.
What a celebration.
Okay. All right. Before we end, what hero's going to win? Nationals. What, US Nationals. What? Yeah, go on. And if that's a bit too much, maybe it's too easy. Do you think these actually just change them? Yeah, it's probably Florian, right? Trip. You know what's so sad is that we're so hyped for these guys, and then we all go,
I know,
Florian, and then Florian's still like this. I haven't left, you know.
Yeah, I think
I wanted to say Puffin. To be fair, then after that enthused.
I actually don't think it will be Florian, but I don't get me wrong. I think Florian is the best hero, and he's going to be the most represented hero. And he'll be in top 8, but I don't think he'll win it.
I think Florian will be in top 8. I don't think he'll win it. Yeah. But I don't know what will.
Give me a winner then.
I'll say Puffin. Why not?
Yeah,
screw it.
I'm gonna say.
I think Puffin is pretty good. You know, like genuinely, I think it's really good. So I'll go Puffin for why not? For the chance to actually win.
I'm gonna do some crack smoking. I was gonna say gravy bones, but halfway through my head, I went sod it. It's Kano.
Kano deserves to win something really big, TBH.
Yeah,
Kano can combo.
Yeah, and he's got a new card. The Pops
we've all got. Yeah, wow. You know what? I reckon Prism might win.
I actually did sit there.
That's a genuine shout.
Yeah, Prism looking alright. She got a new card.
Prism's that new Prism
you know what?
card. Bonkers.
It's not bonkers. No. Actually, hands down, it's not actually that bonkers. No, it's not that bonkers. Good. Do you know what happened? No, it's not that bonkers, right? Because
no way. It's not good.
Well, it doesn't go into soul when it hits.
Oh, I did not know that.
It does it the reverse. It's a charge card. So it goes, I will put a Herald in soul when I play it, like a charge card. But when I hit, it doesn't go into soul.
I genuinely didn't know that. I just assumed because it was a Herald, it would go to soul.
No,
because
all the other Heralds say when this hit goes into soul. That one doesn't. But
because that's what I was like, double soul. That's
no, but that one's that one just turns around and goes, I don't care about the on hit. I just want to force a Herald into there to get the Figment machine working. And I don't need to have... It's very good if you're going to be playing against people that are just going to try and stop your game plan. Because people also low-key go, oh, okay, well, you forget about the 2 arcane that happens when you do it. Like, it's a 2 for 9. Like, it's just good numbers. But it doesn't do any... There's no on hit. It's just raw dog value.
And what do you say when it hits? Suck on these nuts, dude.
What?
And that's episode 100 of Push the Point. Thanks so much, everyone, for supporting us for so long. It's been really great. It's been a real privilege, I think, to be part of this podcast. And, wow, I mean, just fantastic. So.
See you later.